Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my Resident Evil HD walkthrough. So this walkthrough is pretty much I know everything that I have to do in the mansion, so you're not going to see me wandering around or wondering what I have to do. This is not a speed run, but it definitely is a way to show you how to get through this mansion with the least amount of problems. Also, don't forget to head over to patreon.com/jakesgameguide and support the channel. So with that being said, let's continue on with our Resident Evil HD walkthrough. This whole part of this mission took me about, I would say probably about an hour. So if you're following this guide, you should be able to get through this Resident Evil HD walkthrough. Within probably about an hour, you should be able to clear out the first part of the mansion. If you have your inventory management correct, you can actually clear this out a lot quicker, probably within 30 to 40 minutes, to be able to clear the first part of the mansion. So at this point, we're going to get the lockpick.
Thanks.
So there's another room you can go ahead across, but we're going to head straight back in here. Barry is not going to be in here when you are actually going through here, so keep that in mind, even though he is technically in here. One big difference about this remake, for those that have not played it, if you kill certain zombies, they do come back as crimsons. Another thing to note is your comrade here, Kenneth. He actually, in the original one, has 2 clips of handgun ammo, but in this remake he only has a videotape, so they took away the handgun ammo for him. But if you need some handgun ammo, it's actually right here, so this is where you pick up your first handgun magazine. You can pick those herbs up if you want to, but we're not going to pick them up just for the sake of timing. Alright, so this room here is where you encounter your first zombies. So go ahead and shoot this guy until he drops. Sometimes you can get him with one shot, or it may take more, it just depends. Go ahead and pick this arrow up. And you're going to examine it, and you're just going to take the tip of the arrow. Over here is your second handgun magazine that you can pick up. Now Joe's lockpick actually unlocks certain doors. That zombie should always be on the other side of the room unless you're playing on a different difficulty. So that's just telling you that your defense items are automatic. So if you are following this guide, do not set them to manual, because if you do get grabbed by a zombie, you have to manually do it instead of it doing it automatically for you. So now you're just going to make your way outside, which is where we're heading, to grab the first mansion key that will be in this graveyard area. So go ahead and use the arrowhead. Now you will be coming back through here to fight a crimson boss, which is going to be in this video as well, as we are clearing out the first part of the mansion in the first half of the game. There's the 4 mask. Here you will pick up the Book of Curses and go ahead and examine the Book of Curses and take the mansion key. So the Book of Curses just basically tells you about the 4 masks. Once you put all 4 of them in place, you will have a boss fight and everything. As there is another item that we do need to grab down here as well. So now we're just going to make our way back inside the mansion. And we have to collect a handgun magazine, dog whistle, and a lighter, which we will need for the dogs up ahead, as one of the dogs has a key item that we need to be able to get the second mansion key. So there's technically 4 mansion keys. This is the first one of 2 that we are going to grab. So once you're in here, go ahead and pick up the handgun magazine and grab the dog whistle. And then pick up the lighter, as Joe does need the lighter, so go ahead and pick that up. I don't know much about Chris's walkthrough, as I've never played his, so I've only played Jill's. So in this room we have 2 zombies. This guy can either aggro right away, or sometimes he won't move. But if you hug close to the wall there, you should be able to get by him. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It just depends on what pattern you get from him. This is the first save room that we have come across in the game. So this will be the first one that you'll actually go to. Go ahead and combine your handgun magazine ammo to give you the max amount. Go ahead and put up the survival knife, as you do not need it right now. Go ahead and combine your ink ribbons and you should be good. Pick up this fuel canteen, as you will need it. We will come back for those items a little bit later, as we do not need them at this point. Go ahead and make your way around him. Should be relatively easy. You can only go through this door 2 times until you come back through after you complete the mansion. So now we're just making our way over to get the shotgun. Let's go ahead and use the lockpick here, as we're going to head out and grab this bag that we need to use to get the first death mask. Now there are dogs out here, but they will not bother you at this point, so go ahead and make your way out here and grab the first bag of chemicals. Do not pick up the herb. So I made a mistake here. You don't want to go back in the store. There's nothing in this bathroom. So if you do that, just quickly turn around and make your way out. Now we're going to head over and grab the shotgun. So this room here is basically a trap. So with Jill, you can grab the shotgun, as Barry will save you, but if you're Chris, it's pretty much a death trap. You have to get the broken shotgun. Of course with Jill, I guess you could grab the broken shotgun as well, but there's really no need to. And go ahead and pick up this ink ribbon. and pick up the shotgun. So now once you exit this room, you have to try to open this door again and then go open up the other door. If you do not do that, then it will pretty much come down and kill you. Alright, so now we're just making our way back through here. This is the last time we can actually use this door until we come back to the mansion for a second time. So at this point, you're going to run across this way, get your shotgun ready, and you should be able to get a headshot on that guy pretty much every single time. So we're just heading back here to put our ink ribbon up. And I totally made a mistake. You have to grab the lighter as well for this next zombie in this room up ahead. If you kill him, he will come back as a crimson, and you do not want that. So I go ahead and opt for the handgun. If you're really good at dodging, you don't have to kill these zombies, but I want to make this walkthrough easy to follow. Go ahead and unequip your item. As you don't need it, because if you have it equipped, Jill will actually take longer to do her movements. It actually slows you down. So if you did everything like I did, you should be able to. You should already have your lighter, and you'd basically be moving on to the dog part. But I did not grab it, so we have to come back and grab the lighter, which is fine. This zombie you do want to actually burn if you do kill him, because like I said, he'll come back as a crimson, and those guys can run around and they chase you throughout the entire screen, which makes it harder. So now you don't got to worry about him coming back at all, as you burned him, so it's perfectly fine. As that guy can actually be a pain to get around. So I do recommend that you actually take both those guys out. First guy you don't have to worry about if you get a headshot on him. But the second guy you do want to actually do that too. So now we're going to make our way to the dog. The other side of the mansion. Out where the dogs are at. There's two dogs. One of them has a collar. We need to kill that dog in order to get the collar. However, Barry's going to give us acid shells. It's random where you meet him at, but most of the time it's after you grab the shotgun. It just really depends on where you see him throughout the throughout Joe's playthrough. It is a random thing, so. Alright, so go ahead and unlock this door. Make your way through. And for this, you definitely want the shotgun, so. I always aim down because you can get a better shot on the dog. Now the second dog's coming this way. Just go ahead and shoot him and you should be good. Sometimes you can get through by doing it. Other times the dog will actually get you. So we discarded the dog whistle as we don't need it. So if the game asks you to discard an item, that means you do not need that item anymore at all. So now we can pick up the collar, which will contain the fake key. This guy, you don't really have to worry about him. He just pretty much throws up on the stairs. This here is another safe room, which we will be coming back to a few times. So now we can get rid of some things that we don't need. You don't need the acid shells right now. You don't need the fuel canteen at this point. And you don't need the lighter. So go ahead and examine the dog collar. So that is the fake imitation of a key. Now we need to go grab the actual second mansion key. That guy just gets in your way. Just go ahead and use a dagger on him. It's random where he's going to be at, but... So now you're just going to make your way back through here and then go through the other door that we passed the first time when we came up this way. So now you're going to go in this door right here. Okay, so once you're in this room here, there's going to be a crimson that's going to wake up. The second guy right there, he's dead. He'll turn into a crimson as well. Don't worry about him when you come back through here, as we won't have to really worry about them too much. So here's where you're going to grab the actual mansion key. Now this is a death trap as well, so if you take this key and you don't have the other key, you will die. So use the key that we got out the dog, which is the imitation of a key. Now you could risk it going through this way, but I find that if you just take the long way around, it's a safer route, so to speak. Alright, so at this point we're going to start collecting the death masks that we need, and pretty much going to grab the grenade launcher as well, which is a good weapon for Jill to use. So if you are playing as Jill, make sure after you get the shotgun that you do get the grenade launcher after you get the second mansion key. which you need to be able to get the grenade launcher. So the first mansion key won't work on this door. This is another area that you could actually run into Barry as well. It just depends on your timing through here and all that stuff. But through my playthrough, we are not going to run through here and run into Barry, so. Go ahead and pick up the grenade launcher. Do not go past this point, otherwise Forrest will come alive and you'll pretty much have to waste a grenade shell on him. And it's not really worth it, as there's nothing back there but a bunch of herbs and stuff like that. Alright, so once you come through this way, there's going to be a zombie bust right through that door. So technically, you'll have 4 of them to deal with, including this guy on the stairs. So we're going to make our way through here, and we're going to drop off the bag of plants to get the first death mask that we need in the game. You can grab the death mask in any order that you so choose to. It doesn't really matter how you do it. So as soon as you drop this bag in the water, it's going to turn red, and you're just going to turn the pump to the corresponding color, which is red. If you turn it green, it will kill all the herbs in here. So if you are in need of healing supplies or anything like that, make sure that you turn it red, so it actually kills the plant. And we can pick up the first key item, which is the death mask for the first boss. So after you get the first death mask, those guys are going to bust through here. Don't worry about them. Just keep going this way. You'll be perfectly fine. So just a quick note, if you're just going through here killing a bunch of zombies, you're not going to be able to have a lot of ammo, and you'll basically have to worry about them turning into crimsons, which you don't want. Now, the difference between this and the first one is the first game didn't have crimsons, the original Resident Evil, but this remake version does. So that is a key item just to make it a little bit harder for you, but we won't have to worry about them too much, so... Go ahead and make your way into here. This is where you will find the second death mask. Now this puzzle, if you don't do it correctly, you will die. This room will fill with gas and you'll die. So it's top right, bottom left, and then bottom right. Go ahead and pick up the jewelry box, which will contain the second death mask. There's 2 switches that you have to press. And once you press the second one, you should be good. So once you come back through, you have a bunch of health items and all that stuff. Right now, you don't need the grenade launcher. You do not need the handgun. Go ahead and pick up these items that Barry left for us. So he will give you healing items and ammo and stuff like that throughout your playthrough. Take the incendiary shells. You really want to stock up on your health items as it'll help you toward the end of the game. So I go ahead and pick up everything that you see here, the handgun ammo, all of that stuff. Even though we won't be using the handgun ammo, you never know what you'll run out of. So just make sure that you have certain things. So at this point, you're going to head through this door the third and final time. Go ahead and make your way through here. We have another puzzle to solve. This puzzle is very easy. So you're going to press the first picture. Press the second picture. And the last picture is right next to it, right here. And that's all the pictures you're going to mess with. If you mess up the puzzle, the crows will attack you. So make sure that you do it in the order that I did it. So that way you can avoid being attacked, especially if you don't have any health items on you. Go ahead and use your lockpick here. Over here you'll find some shotgun shells. You can pick those up as well. If you're low on shotgun ammo, you will need them. So just go ahead and pick them up. Alright, so at this point we're going to make our way to Richard. And you have to give him a serum as he was bit by Yawn. So if you don't do it within, I think, 4 or 5 minutes, he will die. Make sure you have the lighter with you, as this will allow us to get the fourth and final death mask once we save Richard. So it only makes sense to do it in this order. But after that little detour, now we are actually going to go see Richard. Just make sure if you don't have the lighter with you, make a quick stop to the item box and grab the lighter so you have it for the next puzzle, which will be in the dining hall. Now this is optional, so if you don't have enough slots or enough space in your inventory, you could actually just drop them off now, which is what I'm doing. Or you could go see Richard right away. It doesn't really matter how you do it. It's up to you. But I wanted to get the other puzzles out of the way really quickly. So that's why we're doing it this way. So if you don't have enough slots, make your way down here and then put the 3 masks in their slots, and then you only have 1 that you have to get, which is probably the best way to do it. If you want to save time, though, you would just go see Richard at that point when you grab the lighter, and then you would go about doing it that way. So it basically tells you what way to go. If you've been through the mansion at this point, you pretty much know where it is. Like I said, you only have 5 minutes to be able to do this. I know some people might go off the path and be able to get the first death mask and all that stuff at that point, but I wanted to make this walkthrough easier for you guys to understand and make it easier for you guys to be able to get through this with the least amount of problems, especially the first half of the mansion, which is probably the toughest. The second half is not really that big of a deal. So you got this guy here. I wouldn't worry too much about him. Just go ahead and try to get a headshot on him. So once you're in here, go ahead and grab the serum. Also, make sure you have the grenade launcher. And make sure you have the incendiary shells. Now some of these zombies, if you killed them while you're making your way through here, you won't have to worry about them through the second half because they will actually be replaced by hunters. So you don't have to worry too much about the zombies. If you kill them and you don't burn them throughout this point, at this point, you're pretty much fine. So in this next room here, this is where you're going to grab part of the music sheet. And then we're going to head to the piano room and then the dining room. Make sure you equip your shotgun here and try to get a headshot on this guy. The second one I got very lucky. This way you want to make sure the lighter is with you at this point. So just lure this guy out here. He's not really one you got to worry about. So go ahead and take the musical score. But if you don't kill the first one outside this hallway, he will come in here and it'll make it a lot tougher. So. So at this point, we're going to head down to the dining hall and we're going to grab the shield emblem. This guy here, if you kill him, it doesn't really matter. But you do want to knock him down before the other guy actually comes through here, because then it becomes more of a problem. Alright, so once you're pretty much in here, you're pretty much good to go at this point. So go ahead and take the musical score and then combine them together. Take the gold emblem. And now you will replace that with the shield emblem. You can go ahead and pick up this ink ribbon if you want to. You don't have to, but if you want to have enough saves, I do recommend that you do pick up the ink ribbons and combine them and save as less frequent as possible, or frequently when you can. Just depends on how many times you're going through each area. Alright, so right here you're going to use the gold emblem. So here I made a mistake. This puzzle is very easy. You actually want to turn the small gear, or the large gear I mean, not the small one. And this is the shield key. So this key is only used for one purpose, and that is to get the final death mask. So it's not a key that you're going to be keeping in your inventory or anything like. It's not a main key item, but it is a main key temporary item that you're going to use to grab the final death mask. So here we're going to have our first encounter with Yawn. So to ask you to discard the key, which you should do because you don't need the key for anything else. So Yawn has a different pattern. It's very random. He may bite you, he may not. If he does, you will be poisoned. I got really lucky here that he actually did not get me at all. A lot of people wait for Richard to die and then grab the shotgun, the assault rifle, but there's really no need. Go ahead and make your way around the zombie and you should be good. So now we are heading to go face the Crimson, the first boss of the game. Alright, so at this point he's going to fall down and he has a key item. This guy can kill you very quickly. The only thing I can tell you is make sure you're standing in the right position. I was standing in the wrong position. If he gets a one swipe on you, he will kill you. If he gets a good hit, he'll damage you severely. So as you can see, he got a swipe on me. He almost got another one. But after about 4 shots or so, he should be good. Go ahead and pick up these shotgun shells that you see. And pick up the key item in the coffin. At this point, you can head back the way we came through here the first time. And we're pretty much done with the first part of the mansion. Now we're just going to be making our way to the cabin. And then we're going to make our way to the residence. But in terms of this first part of the mansion, you're pretty much done with the first half of this mansion. Go ahead and equip your shotgun. Just go ahead and shoot that guy. It doesn't matter if he lives or dies. When you come back through here the second time, like I said, the hunters will be replaced by those guys. Or the zombies will be replaced by the hunters. You don't want to mess around in this area right here. You want to actually go and equip the item and then make it to the door as quick as possible, because there's a dog that's going to be chasing you. So right here you're going to pick up some more shotgun shells. Go ahead and pick those up, along with some first health spray. So this puzzle is very simple. All you're going to do is press the switch. You want it to press it and its head west. It took me a few times here, but if you're patient, you'll get it. I was just very impatient at this point with this puzzle, even though it is very simple to do. But you want it to point west. So once you get that one done, you should be good with the first puzzle, and the second one will be the same. It's going to point to the west or north. So the red one will be west and the blue one will be north. If you're going for the Magnum, here's where you could get your own Magnum, but it's up to you. You can run through here. It's not a big deal. The crows, if you take too long, they will attack you. So up through this way is just a simple path to grab the crank. This is why we are heading here. We need to grab the crank so we can drain the pool and make our way to the residence area. Just go ahead and put some of your items away here that you don't need. Go ahead and pick up the crank. Now, once you pick this item up, Lisa will automatically make her way through here. It's an automatic cutscene. She will knock Jill out, and you have to try to escape the cabin. Go ahead and try to back up. She did get a swipe on me, so one hit will put you in the danger zone. If you have the Magnum, though, you could stun her, but we do not have the Magnum, so... That's okay, because once you're out here, you're going to combine both these herbs and you'll be perfectly fine. But as you can see, one shot from her and you'll pretty much be in red status. Now there's a zombie out here. Just go ahead and bypass him. You don't have to worry about him. It's very easy to get around him. So when you make your way through here, once again, you could run. It's not a big deal. I decided to walk. But you would actually walk through here if you're going to get the Magnum. So once you grab the crank, now we're going to make our way over to the pool area. We're going to drain the pool and make our way to the residence. So through here, you're going to have some more dogs to deal with. Hopefully you can get through it without them trying to attack you. So this area right here is the where you're going to drain the pool. So go ahead and use the crank. So this pretty much opens up the path to the residence area. At this point, you're pretty much good to go. Make sure you keep running at this point. Do not stop, as there will be snakes that will be falling down as you make your way through here, and as you make your way back through this area. You have a high chance of getting poisoned when you're making your way back through here. Right now, this area is filled with crows, but when you come back through here the second time, the area will be filled with dogs. So go ahead and just keep running at this point. As you can see, the snakes are going to start falling down. Just keep running. You should be able to make your way past them. And at this point, you pretty much made it to the residence. I do recommend that once you actually get in the residence that you actually pick up a blue herb, as it will help you out. Or pick up 2 of them. Actually, you want to pick up 2 blue herbs. At this point, you're going to make your way into here, and you're basically in another save room. So that pretty much does it for this video, guys. I will see you guys on the next video. And hopefully you guys are enjoying the Resident Evil walkthrough. I do plan on going through all the games, but I wanted to start off with the first one. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.